Joining us now to help us walk through this, we have House Republican Chief Deputy Whip Peter Roskam of Illinois. Thank you, Mr. Roskam. I don't understand the White House. On the one hand, their spokesman puts out a veto message today, effectively. On the other hand, the president's out in the campaign trail saying he's willing to compromise. Can you help me? What's going on here?
No, you're onto it, Larry, and I think they're being terribly inconsistent. And I think most Americans look at this and they say this is what is wrong with Washington, D.C. So in a nutshell, the House said, all right, we've got taxes that are going up. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. We have an unemployment system that's going to be expiring at the end of the year. Let's make sure it doesn't expire, but let's reform it and put drug screening in and some job search requirements or some education requirements. Physicians are going to be cut under Medicare by 27%. Let's take care of all of those things, and let's move forward with a job-creating energy package in Keystone Pipeline. That's bipartisan. Every bit of that is bipartisan, and so for Harry Reid and the President of the United States to claim otherwise is very, very disappointing.
Peter,
so I think most folks say, let's move it and let's get it done now.
Right. Peter, I can't help, maybe I'm cynical, but to me, at the bottom of this is not a concern about jobs. It's not a concern about a temporary payroll tax cut. It's a left-wing environmentalist obsession with the Keystone Pipeline, which our Luke Russert reminded us is actually backed by Democratic unions, but the leadership and the White House is obsessed over the Keystone Pipeline. Is that not true?
I think the president has a very serious political problem with his political base that he's trying to sort out, and he's doing a miserable job, in my view, and it's very unfortunate. He is on the one hand, if he says he's in favor of the Keystone Pipeline, he alienates environmentalists, to your point. On the other hand, if he says he's opposed to the Keystone Pipeline, he's kissing goodbye independent voters and building tradespeople, particularly within his political base. And so what does he want to do? He wants to punt. He wants more time. And what we say is the time for punting is over. We take the president at face value when he said several weeks ago that the time was now, that Congress had to act now. And we say, yeah, that's right, Mr. President. There is an urgency, and let's act now. There are jobs this week that have been let go and that have been destroyed as a result of the Keystone Pipeline going away. That took place down in Arkansas, and it's poised to happen all over the country.
Pipe makers, pipe fitters, they're all being laid off. The pipes are laying fallow. Energy expert Dan Yergin last night said to me, not only the lost jobs, but Canada will run the pipeline so China can get it on the Pacific coast, and we won't have that kind of energy security.
Yeah, and the other point is, and I think Dan Yergin got it just right, so there's an energy security piece to this, there's a prosperity piece to this, and then ultimately, if there is a national security issue that the president is aware of, that he's not disclosed to everybody else, there's an escape valve within the legislation that the House just passed that says the president can move forward on that basis. But he's got to say so. So this notion of wanting it both ways and ultimately trying to satisfy all these different groups, it doesn't work. We need to lead, and let's create energy, and let's create jobs.
All right, many thanks to Republican Illinois leadership member Peter Roskam.